I'm gonna leave you with this line right here, which is one of the kind of the most lyrical lines there is. Like, I'm gonna make you put your phone down.
We gonna make you put your phone down. Oh, by the way, this is OMR Uncut, but I'm gonna call this the morning cap. 15-minute segment called the morning cap, where we're basically having a nightcap in the morning, discussing different things that us millennials actually care about.
This is an alcoholic term.
Let's have a morning cap.
Have a morning cap.
Like, what do you mean? You hear that? Ice day drinking.
We're just gonna take a cap and drink in the morning.
This goes out to all those Irish men put whiskey in their coffee.
Hey, I'm probably Irish.
You are?
We probably all are.
Like 3%.
I know, right?
Something like that. But I drink a lot and I like whiskey, so.
I want to get an actual analysis done on what I actually am.
I kind of don't trust
Trump.
You don't trust Ancestry?
Ancestry.com.
Why not?
They might be lying to me.
Why would they lie to you?
Because everybody lies to me. History books lie to me. History Channel don't tell the whole truth. Who am I supposed to believe? I done been bamboozled.
They do have the DNA, I believe, in your waffle. I will go get that. Y'all continue.
We're at
so lovely.
We're at a cafe that we like to frequent this morning.
And the service is sucky this morning.
Yeah, you know, the girl is she walked. I came in singing, and she just gave me a look, and I'm like, you don't want to be here, do you? You know what I mean?
Oh, he died.
Who died?
Thank you, love. Now that is a freaking walker.
Somebody died.
Somebody on the TV.
But anyways, we were talking about what? Polygamy, sex, cohabitation.
And cohabitation.
So I have not lived with a significant other. I've been up under a significant other all the time, where damn near was like I live there, but not actually live there.
Yeah.
I could go home, so I can't really speak on cohabitation. Cohabitation meaning before you get married, you're living with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or what have you.
I literally have that situation going on right now. So I can tell you, look, I know all about this. The ups and the downs and around.
What's your take on it? What's the ups and downs? What's the pros and the cons?
All right, well, let's start with the pros. Because it's not all bad. Definitely. It does.
I'm sure there's perks.
Yeah, there's definitely some perks. Let's say perk number one, you got staying home pussy. That's great, that's awesome.
Number one,
your dick get hard if she's in a good mood.
Well, I'm sticking to it.
But you can get her in a good mood.
You get her in a good mood. No, but and I'll get to that later. Also, you have someone that can share all the chores with you.
Okay.
That's always good, because some days
you don't
I
want to do
can't
anything.
always just come home, wash dishes, or come home and wash clothes.
I haven't washed my drawers in about a year. So.
You lucky bum.
Yeah.
I need that. I was actually dating a guy once, and I found out after the fact that he was a neat freak and that he likes to clean. And I'm like, bro, I need you in my life. He actually came over one time and cleaned my room. And then also, he was like, you better keep it like this.
Okay.
and then also you have someone to share your financial struggles. Someone that can add to it if necessary. And if someone's living with you, that should be the next step that they are adding in financially. Especially with all these females that's letting all these no good niggas who live with them and just eat up their EBT and them they ain't been working in years. That part I don't understand. But yeah, if they are living with you, they should be adding to your financial situation. Now that we're done with the pros, the cons. Oh my God. Non-stop nagging. Nagging. I mean, because you understand, you're bringing two individuals
and meshing them together.
Yeah, with two different lifestyles, two different backgrounds, two different ways of doing things.
Right.
The way you wake up in the morning.
It's not the way they wake up.
And play your music and
they like silence. And darkness.
You like breakfast at night. As soon as you wake up, they don't like it until midday. So it's a conflict at all times. The fighting. Usually when you're fighting someone that doesn't live with you, you're like, okay, we're not fighting. I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Right.
Fuck you and fuck this. I'm out of here.
I can go home.
When you live with somebody,
you can't go home.
There's really nowhere for you to go. Once the fight starts and it gets up there, you kind of got to sit there and still, after, with the anger, usually I like to sleep on it. You know, let it go all the way up to where something's getting thrown. Or like, and then I go, hey, let's sit down and talk about this.
Nah, man, I don't appreciate that at all.
I didn't appreciate the way you threw that shoe at me. And, you know, it flew by in my head pretty quickly. And then also, I don't give.
So you like the crazy ones?
Yeah, so I don't give a fuck who you're living with. You're always gonna have to deal with whichever way they like you to live. Like, whatever was your program before they got there.
That's not your program now.
That's not your program now.
But what if it's your house and they're moving into your house? Do you feel like you still gotta change?
In some situations, people will.
I think that's my issue right now. Is that it's my spot that she's living in, and so you know, every time there's a point where I'm supposed to compromise, I find it hard.
Because it's my place.
It's my place. Like, why the fuck am I compromising with my shit?
Excuse me, you do realize whose house you're in, right? Like, doesn't that give you like a trump card?
It doesn't. It doesn't if you want things to mesh and weld well, because a compromise is always a compromise is always a compromise.
True.
And whenever you have somebody that you care about, you should want to compromise. Even if it means, well, she tells her side, I tell my side. We still don't agree, but we heard each other out, and it's still going to progress however it progresses, but we just both understand each other. There's always supposed to be some kind of compromise somewhere, somehow. But granted, if I'm paying the rent and all that, I feel you. I get you. This is my shit. Do what I said. But that don't always work that way, because it's two grown people coming together, and as grown people, you feel like you can't tell me what the fuck to do.
I don't feel like just do what I say. I just feel like there should be an innate respect for
that house,
something that I own. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm letting you borrow my car and we're living together, you should be able to not tear it up and get it dirty and eat all up in it and crumbs everywhere. And, you know what I'm saying? Just a general respect for my shit. Yeah. Right. You should be able to ask me, hey, I know it's your car.
Can I do this?
Even if you know I'm going to say yes. Give me the courtesy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think even with those that are moving in with someone, if anyone's going through the situation, that you should have a certain respect for that person already in their stuff. Like, understand that you're still, that might be your significant other, but you're still a guest in their house.
Exactly.
Don't ever, get the mistake that you are now part owner of this house. Unless he put your name on that lease, or you were sharing in and your name is on any of these bills, that is still his or her shit.
Because at the end of the day, they can always kick you out.
Exactly. And which I kind of always, my girlfriend tell me all the time, like, I throw that in her face all the time, like, yo, you don't like it, you can fucking leave. But that's kind of how I am about things. Like, if it's my shit, I don't feel that there's a certain...
You don't have to be here.
Yeah, there's a certain level of compromise I do have to do because you are my girlfriend, but I don't have to, take your word as law or have to deal with anything you're going through and dealing with. Like, we are always, like, we're not married. We don't have any kids. We're like, so at the end of the day, the separation fact can be done easily.
Well, I mean, I'm the different side of that. I mean, I had kids early out of high school. Ended up having to live with my kid's dad and his family. We got into a lot of arguments where I had to hear this is my mama house. This is my mama stuff. This whoop wop. Like, we got furniture sitting in the storage right now that I don't even want to fucking use because it's his shit. You get me? Like, your mama gave it to us, but it's your shit. So therefore, I don't give two fucks about it. I could burn it tomorrow and I care. Like, and I had to deal with that. And because I had kids, it made it a little bit of a stickier situation. Whereas I couldn't just get up and leave because I really didn't have anywhere else to go. And then after moving out of his mom's house, I mean, we moved together. Everything in my name. I'm working with the group. And we had little issues like, why do I have to come home from school and the sink is dirty? You've been home all day. With our kid. Y'all using them dishes. I shouldn't have to come home and wash nothing.
Wait, who was saying this, you or him?
Me. I shouldn't have to come home and wash anything when it's time for me to cook.
He was house husband?
He was how he took care of the kids. He did. I went to school, did all of that. He worked when I was pregnant with our first son. But a lot of it was left on both of us. The cleanliness of the house, both of us. The welfare of the kids, both of us. How at the end of the day we wanted to spend our day, both of us. But it got to a point where we were in a 4-bedroom house and I had my own bedroom. He had his own bedroom. Mm-hmm. Don't come in my room. I'm going to close and lock the door. I won't bother you either. And that's where it gets sticky because you can't just leave. Because now all our money is pulled in together.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't afford this on my own. You can't afford this on your own. We have these kids. I don't like you right now. I don't like you either. Well, you know what? Let's separate. Let's move rooms. And that's the stickiest part of it all. Other than that, everything else is great. You know, somebody helping you wash your clothes, clean up. I'm stressed out, talking to me. I need some dick. You feel me? Roll over in the morning. It's there. Pow. But
I mean, as somebody that hasn't ever cohabitated in that manner, I've always wanted and acknowledged the fact that even now, I don't live by myself. 27, still got roommates. You know what I'm saying? I know that I need my space. Even if I'm dating you and we're serious and we're engaged, I'm not about to be living with you.
Exactly.
Until I know that I'm really ready to see your fucking face every goddamn day. I want to be able for you to come over and I go, okay, it's time for you to go. You get the boot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take pride in being able to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
You can go home. I can go home. You can say, get the fuck out of my house. I can say, get the hell out of my face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow. You know, because if I'm not comfortable making it by myself, how can I expect to make it with somebody else? If I'm not comfortable loving me by myself, with 100% it's just me, how can I expect you to love me if I'm still trying to figure out how to love me?
I do believe this, that it is part of the next step in being in a relationship. Like, if you are in a relationship, you can't, and you're thinking about the future, and if you're in that mindset of being married, all of that stuff, then the next step before that, I believe, even though a lot of religious people be like, oh, it's not even religious because the Bible speaks nothing about it, but a lot of old Southern,
it's not proper.
Man, don't be shacking up. Don't be shacking up. I'm like,
but they only say that because you're not supposed to have sex before marriage, and shacking up is going to allow more opportunity for that.
Yeah, but if 2017, if you're in a relationship, you fucking. So we can go ahead and throw that out the window.
All y'all pious Bible throwers, y'all be fucking.
Y'all be fucking.
I'm not gonna play with y'all. Y'all be fucking.
We know.
Hey, Granny.
This my friend. This my friend.
My friend.
Yeah, you and your friend.
But his
fucking.
mail come to your house.
I found his Viagra pills in the drawer.
Granny, you ain't slick.
I'm not about to play with neither y'all. Viagra pills.
But yeah, so. And if you have to follow the steps correctly. A lot of people just get together and be like, "Oh, we have to move in because we're together." Like,
no.
Actually, the girl I'm with right now, she has that same kind of mindset. If we're not living together, then we can't be together. It's like that don't really make sense. You know how
backwards that is. Distance makes the heart grow fonder, babe.
Yeah, but I mean, I can understand it if there was kids involved because both my kids are gung ho, mommy and daddy in the house, want y'all to be together. I've asked them plenty of times. I've asked my kids scenarios like, well, what if mommy had a boyfriend? No, I don't like that. Why? Because I don't like that.
Like even now, that your kids won't let you have a boyfriend.
They're not. They don't like it. If any guy comes up to me and he's talking to me, my sons are shooting daggers at him like, who the fuck are you? And I just need you to know you need to walk away.
That's like me and my brother. We used to run out of the car and bang on niggas like, yo, get away from my mama. Like, I'm just trying to give your mama a friend. My mama read her friends.
I'm her friend. Really, that's how my boys are. And they look at people and they're like,
I was never like that as a kid. My mom had her little boyfriend.
I was like that.
Because I knew, even my parents got divorced when I was 6. So, yeah, of course I want them together, but I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So, when my mom was like, oh, there was like this PE teacher I knew, Mr. Caldwell. He was like my 1990s Luke Cage.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Damn, mama, you better get that."
Yeah, like even now,
I was like 4th grade, like he fine.
Like now, in hindsight, thinking about it, I was like, "Shit, it'd been really cool to have a cool stepdad."
Man,
you get extra gifts on Christmas, all that.
And I've had them,
My dad was in the penitentiary, so I wasn't getting any gifts anyway from him. So that stepdad would have been great.
Right.
Sorry,
but I
Mom.
mean, like I knew that. I just wanted to see a good relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've never been in an abusive type relationship, but getting older and understanding, who my parents were, I could see where it was more emotional abuse only from the lack thereof. You know what I mean? Where, imagining you don't have somebody or whatever, trying to love and all that kind of crap. But I mean, anyways, morning cap. This is a nice, cute little section. We're going to be doing every now and then. So make sure you guys tune in at the OMR Show. Tell us what you think about polygamy and cohabitation on Twitter at the OMR Show. And we'll be sure to mention your comments on another show.